Hello, Branded. So this will be an ongoing series catered to teach you how to get used to the combat in this game. There's so many things you can learn from the demo itself, and there's many layers that I had to break it down into smaller chunks. So this will be the first part and we'll cover some of the basics. This took time to make and loads of effort, so I'd appreciate it if you could sub to my channel and drop a like if you got value out of this. Alright, let's get into it. First thing first is getting used to the menu. This may seem obvious, but even I missed this at the get-go. Let's look at your ability section. Now this is what I missed. If you press triangle here, you can actually see what happens when you master or upgrade a skill. This is actually very important since there are some descriptions which show you if a skill can be done in the air, if it changes on upgrade like the Garuda skill, or if the skill actually counters projectiles like the Phoenix skill Hitwave. Next, let's move into your control scheme. You have three options. I opted to go with A, but B and C is viable as well. The reason why I'm bringing this up early is because later on you might want to charge your fireball and your sword at the same time, and the current default scheme on A might make it uncomfortable to do and execute. Both of this will lift your enemy upwards to continue your combo, so try and experiment and see what actually works for you. Once that's all done and over with, let's move into our attacks. Clive gets 4 ground attacks and 3 air attacks. You will see the combo and air combo appear when you've executed it. Do keep in mind that the air combo will give you a small lift on the third and ending strike. Now let's move into your first skill, Magic Burst. As you can see here, you will need to land it as soon as you deliver your melee attack. This will take some practice, but you'll get it eventually. Do note that you can do this anytime between your strikes in a combo. It will always end with a much stronger version at the end of your combo. Here's an example of me doing it on the ground between each attacks and then doing it on the air between each attacks. Now this is an example of me doing it at the end of each combo. Next, let's take a look at the skill Lunge. As you can see here, Lunge can be used to parry enemy attacks, but what they didn't mention is that you can also do Magic Burst after your Lunge as well. You can practically spam Lunge and do Magic Burst as I'm showing here. Of course, this won't be beneficial for you in the future when there's combo counters, but it'll be beneficial for you to know it right now. Moving forward, let's talk about the skill Downtrust. Let's first take a look at its mastery and get it in the skill section. This skill is going to be important for a while, so you'd want to get it as soon as you can. Do note two things. The first is that it's capable of striking multiple times based on the height which it was executed, and you can parry the enemy attacks. Remember how I mentioned that on the third strike of a normal air combo you get a small lift? You can then use Downtrust here. Also, you can get a Magic Burst off Downtrust like this. Using it in a simple combo might look like this. Now let's move on to the final skill in this video, which is the Burning Blade. You can use this to lift enemies up when in the air by holding square and jumping as shown here. It can also be used to break an enemy's guard, and you can use it to parry as well. What they don't tell you is that you can also use it to tank certain powerful moves. This could be useful for you in the future to keep your offense going. Now, how do we use it though? Well, at the lower level, you can charge it and lift yourself high in the air for you to do the 3 air combos you learned previously and finish it with an air burst. From there, you can be creative. So I thought that was cool, but there's actually more. Before I end this with a simple combo that you can try practicing with, let's talk about cancelling recovery frames. Here, you can see that there's a small delay when I do Downtrust into a Lunge. But if I were to end each recovery frames with the Magic Burst, I can quickly change into the next skill. Here's an example. Notice how this is all done without using the skill from Phoenix even once. That's how much depth this game has and how much your creativity will shape your gameplay. In the next bit, I'll talk about Charge Magic, Stomp, and move into the Phoenix skills as well. So do stay tuned and keep having fun.